I'm kind of having to block the address, but this is one such thing of my past. So with this, so I felt like bringing that magazine up. Felt like bringing up Nintendo Power, mainly just because I thought of something. I actually did open up that magazine. I know most people are saying, well, that is an extremely childish magazine. That's like for people who are 8 and 12 and that sort of thing. But it doesn't really strike me as such a childish thing when you look at it rightly. So here is my station, like I said, and that's something I usually do. Need a refill. But so yeah, that Nintendo Power over there. So there's a big controversy over what sort of video games go where, and I feel like the whole thing is just the age of where you break off from what you like. You know, obviously, if you're still obsessed with certain video games, yeah, there might be a problem, but I don't really feel so much. I almost wear this magazine right here with a badge of honor, just because I mean, it was pretty interesting, but the main thing I wanted to bring up was actually the Super Mario All-Stars contest. So when this magazine came out, which I assume it came out probably the month before, that one that I have is September of '93, but it probably came out like the month before. And there was a contest in it about the video game The Lost Levels, and so in that contest you basically had to do your own rendition of a Let's Play almost, where it's as if, okay, if I make it to the elusive World 9, which you basically had to play the entire game in one sitting, no save and quits, and no save, and just no saving. It's really pointless to save because if you turn off the machine, you have to start the whole way over. That's the only way to get to World 9 is to beat it in one sitting. But there was a contest, and if you get to World 9, you are able to get a badge. And I thought that was kind of intriguing. Right? I thought that was kind of a nice little, trick that they did. Mainly because, the magazine has actually had some cool treats that you get depending upon what you do with them. So, as with most magazines, they're usually contests, but these were just video game oriented. And it just makes me wonder how many people actually participated in that contest because, 1993, 24 years ago. So, we've got people who were 13 who are now pushing 40. That's really the thing is, I mean, it's somewhat of a symbol to think about that, 25 years later and be able to say, yeah, I remember competing in that contest. I actually never did that. I never thought to compete in any of the contests that the magazine held. But, the main thing is you could get some pretty decent prizes. So, I know obviously this makes me as if I'm in the gamer fanfare. Really, it's kind of, I feel like childhood should be left off limits. You reach a point, this is just an adult mindset, but you reach a point when you're 30 or 31, 29, where, you can't really be upset with the things that you were into when you were 10 or 8. And that's just the main thing. There's no reason to dig up dirt on someone and say, well, you liked Power Rangers back in 1994. For someone to say, oh, you were into Star Wars back in 1995, I mean, it's really not the end of the world. You have to kind of... I mean, obviously, I know most people have grasped this concept, but I do feel like there's always the occasional jokester who will say something like that, you know, that shit's corny, or you're selling out, or whatever you want to say. But yeah, it's just pointless to dig dirt up on your childhood. And it's, you know, that was a part of my past, was that magazine. I mean, obviously I wasn't, you know, I didn't specifically remember picking up that magazine from the store, but I did get a hold of it later.